Let's move to some rapid fire questions. So as quickly as possible, what do you consider your most valuable failure?
There was a job that I really wanted at a hedge fund in San Francisco. I was at Simmons & Company. I was interviewing for hedge fund jobs. I got the opportunity to get a really good one. I got 6 rounds through the interview. It got down to me and one other guy. The other guy, out of the hundreds of people that they were interviewing, the other guy was literally my cube mate at Simmons. And he got the job offer, and I was devastated because I didn't think there would be any way that I was going to get a job opportunity that was going to look as good as that one. And then, like, I don't know, 2 weeks later, a headhunter called with the Magnetar opportunity, and it turned out to be such a better experience than what I would have had if I'd gotten that job. And with just a little bit of hindsight, not even a lot of hindsight, like a year later, it was like, oh man, this is a way better gig than that gig.
Yeah.
And from that time on, it fundamentally changed how I viewed not getting something that at the time I really wanted. You try your best. If you want something, you better go for it, and you better give it 100%. And that way, if you don't get it, you don't have any regrets. But I think even more importantly, it taught me that, like, the way the world works out is, like, sometimes the things that you really want that bad, that ain't for you. And I truly believe that. And so, yeah.
Sure. And it's your intrinsic value as a business person in that moment is the same whether you got the yes or got the no. And so I agree with with one of the underlying precepts of what you're saying there, which is all you can do is make yourself the best person you can be, is make yourself the best business person you can be, the best, like, member of your community, et cetera. And then it can be a little disconcerting because the signaling that you're getting is not always the signaling that you want. But otherwise, anyway. So what do you think is people's biggest misconception of you?
Wow. You just completely stumped me. That was, let's see here. I'm not sure how much I concern myself with what people think about me.
Well, that's
so
good.
I think I'm having a hard time. I'm not entirely sure what people's perception of me is. So I'm not sure I know exactly what a misperception might be. I mean, I do have a public persona. I think if there was a misconception, I guess it would be my public persona is entirely professional. Like, it's entirely talking about crypto and being a crypto investor, and one with a lot of institutional investment experience. So I guess if I was going to say a misconception, it would be like that there's nothing else to me other than that.
You were really into music for a while.
Yeah,
You've done a couple of other things.
Super into music. Yeah, been into music my whole life. Super active. I think it would probably be that. There's more to me than just magic internet money.
If you could choose anyone, living or dead, who would you choose as a mentor? And the only rule is you may choose a religious figure, but if you yourself are religious, it may not be a figure from your own religion.
I'll take Thomas Jefferson.
Interesting. Why him? I know it's rapid fire, but I want to hear this.
I don't know. The way that guy talked about liberty is just like some of the most inspirational stuff I've ever seen. I was going to say George Washington, but I always feel like Jefferson was a little bit more cerebral, maybe. I don't know if that's true, but like he was a little bit more of the like putting together the ideas, and George Washington was like the guy that was going to rally the troops up sort of thing. Yeah, I don't know. It was the first thing that came to my head.
He definitely dropped some truth bombs on Alexander Hamilton, at least in the stage version. Thomas Jefferson was definitely my favorite character in Hamilton. So, what is your fondest memory of TAMU?
Great question too. My knee-jerk reaction was football games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my knee-jerk reaction was football games. Although another thing that just immediately popped into my head was getting the phone call. I was standing like 50 yards away from this room when I got the phone call that I got the job offer from Simmons and Company, which was, I felt like a culmination of a bunch of hard work here.
Sure.
Those are the first two things that popped in my head. So
I like those answers. And almost everyone we have in says two answers to that. One of them is usually like a professional answer or an academic answer. And then the other one is something sports related. And I think it's really important for the administrators of top level universities to understand how important that is for our memories of a place.
Yep.
So we close each session with some good bull. This is an opportunity to recognize someone else for something good or great they have done. Do you have anyone you would like to send some good bull?
Definitely my team at Ikigai back in Los Angeles. Those guys and girls have been tremendous. And have helped us build this platform very quickly. And I'm deeply appreciative of all those guys. And I'll just say, does Miss Guyton still work here? She does. I'll just say shout out to Miss Guyton for my Finance 341 intro class that started me down the very broad rabbit hole that has now been 10 plus years of a career in finance at more or less the highest level. So appreciative of that.
Where can our listeners find you?
Yeah. So Twitter's good. Travis_Kling, Kling. I'm active there. If you want to learn more about my my investment management firm, ikigai.fund, IKIGAI.fund, would love to have more conversations about this. So if you're listening to this and you're like a big crypto guy, please reach out. Love to have back and forth with different guys. And this is all I do all day, every day. So enjoy having those types of conversations. So appreciate it.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to come on the show. And thank you to the listeners for tuning in.
Cheers. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to stay up to date on our latest videos, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. If you're in a rush or on the road, you can still join us on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you find your podcasts. If you want to learn more about us or our guests, please visit our website at mays.tamu.edu/podcasts. Also, please check out Mays Business School's academic programs. They're the sponsors of our show, and you can find them in the description. Thanks, and gig 'em.